What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins here from West Ham Fan TV. I'm joined by Sam from United People's TV. How's it going, Sam?
Yeah, nice to see you again, man.
Yeah. Right, let's go straight into it, mate. Are you looking forward to this game of the week? Because this is going to be dour. I can see it. It's going to be dour.
As I said, it's not going to be watching the highlights with any real vigour. I think it's going to be a dull game, man. There's no point trying to paint it up anyway. You've lost your best attacking players. Our best attacking players have lost the ability to attack in a game of football.
You just said on your channel there that you're not entertained. We're sort of the opposite from that. We are entertained, but our entertainment's coming from like close draws or close wins or close losses. You know what I mean? So yeah. We're definitely the fact that we've lost so many players could hinder our sort of away. We've been so good away from home, you know, especially against the big sides, and
that's been amazing. That's been one of the highlights of the season.
But you know what we do, Sam? We do very well. We counter. You know, when we're expecting teams to come at us, we soak up the pressure, and then we on the counter. Man United ain't going to attack, are they? Do you know what I mean? Man United are not going to come at us.
United will attack, but they won't attack and leave spaces. As if you can hit on the counter like Leicester did, we went up for a corner, and we had Marcus Rojo was injured before the game, so because of that, and Shaw's already out, we played three at the back. Yeah. Ashley Young was supposed to be playing left wing back, and it was marking Vardy over at right wing. So when the ball was played through, there was nobody there.
God.
If you can play, I hope to God we don't play three at the back again. So it depends whether Rojo's fit or the young plays there again. But that was why Leicester were able to score against us off the counter. Other than that, United's defensive setup this season has been unbelievable. It's been, if you looked at United, if you asked United fans going into the year, where's your weak point? Centre back. That's where everyone said it, and it's
been amazing.
It's been incredible. Chris Smalling has literally transformed himself into, I would argue, the Premier League's best defender right now. He's just everything's brushing off him. Every time he was squared up against Vardy on Saturday, so was it Saturday or Sunday? Anyway, the weekend, he beat him, and obviously Vardy did get his goal, but that was when Smalling was up for the attack. I don't think Smalling's going to be scared of your attack. But I think you're going to have danger on set pieces. It doesn't matter how crap a team you are. You could be Fleetwood Town, you could be Barcelona. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're bad at defending set pieces and you've got a big man up there to get a header, you can get a goal. What
can Andy Carroll do? I mean, Andy Carroll's going to have to start for us. We've got no other forwards. Yeah. We've got Jelavic or Carroll. So it's going to be one of the big men.
Is he fit enough to play 90 minutes?
Carroll? Yeah, just about.
Just about.
Just as long as he don't break down again, and then we're just left with Jelavic. You know what I mean? We're getting into the biggest period of our calendar. You know, with the most games, with the geezer, the only fit striker, the man renowned for getting injured. You know, we're going to be in trouble if he gets injured.
You need a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, we need a Christmas miracle. But what you like in the air, you know, because that's where we're going to get at you, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's where we're.
If I had to put Smalling's strengths in order, I would put his aerial strength absolutely number one. He just seems to have lost his fear. He just throws himself into headers, and he's a big dude anyway. But it's going to be him against Andy Carroll, obviously. I think Andy is going to cause him problems because he always
does. Yeah.
He causes everyone problems. That's just his nature. He's like that, isn't he?
Nudging, yeah.
And once you're doing that for 90 minutes, you're going to get under someone's skin. If you can isolate Daley Blind, that's where he's probably going to get some more. But then again, that's been tried and tested against us before, against Daley Blind. I think it was Everton, and you know, Blind was wicked. Blind did really, really well, and we won that 3-0. It's actually probably one of our best games of the season. But I think set pieces is where your danger is going to come from. Yeah. How pacey is your attack at the moment now that you've got your injuries? Has it all been lost?
Yeah, it's all lost. Yeah, it's all gone. It's just Carroll. Carroll's like a tank. He starts running, and then like someone would sort of shift the ball the other way, and he'd just be like, it'd be like a bus stopping, and then they'd have to do a 3-point turn to get back. Yeah, we've got no sort of pace up front now, unless Zarati's playing very well. Unless Zarati goes up front, you know, I'm saying Carroll. Yeah. It might well be Zarati. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's more of the number 10 sort of Rooney. What Rooney does.
Would you not play him in the striker's role then? He scored a cracking free kick.
Do you know what? He's in decent form. He's scored something like 5 in his last 6. he's very greedy on the ball. That's where I think
he's got 5 in the last 6. You got an informed striker there.
No,
Why have you not mentioned him
5 in the last 6 starts. Sorry, not 5 in the last 6 because
still good numbers.
But he's very greedy with the ball. You know what I mean?
He's too greedy.
Too greedy. And what I think it is, he's trying to impress the manager, and he's trying to score every time. So he'll cut in. You know, if he does that against United, they're going to eat him up for breakfast. To be honest with you, you know, he just dribbles and dribbles and dribbles until he runs out of space.
Yeah, well, if you give United are going to. If it depends how patient you are. That's all it is, because United are going to pass. If they keep passing and you lose your discipline, gaps are going to open. We'll exploit the gaps. But as Leicester showed, you can stay disciplined. It's all about that. It is all about how strong a defensive unit you are with us on Saturday. If you give us the spaces, I don't particularly think we've got enough pace to really attack them unless we can get Martial over the top. Or it depends if Lingard's back, but Memphis Depay is a bit hot and cold because he's still his first season. He's struggling at the moment. But we've got enough on paper to beat you. But it's just that's not how the Premier League works.
Of course not.
Otherwise, everyone would win and accumulate every single week. Every week, there's always upsets. You can't go into any game thinking 3 points now. I think your biggest threat by far and away is going to be set pieces. And if you can get those deliveries that drop on the edge of the 6-yard box, anyone can attack it. Anyone can score. But I don't know, man. If the same United turns up that played PSV at home I was there last Wednesday. That's got to be the worst 45 minutes I think I've seen in a long time. Fellaini came on after like 60 minutes. I'm not saying it's Fellaini's fault. Probably was partly Fellaini's fault. Sorry, Mariman. But we were so cumbersome. We were sloppy passes as well. We lost that passing, which has actually been one of our real strengths, is keeping the ball. Might be boring sideways, but you still got to do it.
How are you guys adapting to watching this sort of football? Do you know what I mean? Because it's been such fabulous stuff under Ferguson. Yeah. Obviously, Moisey weren't that great. How are you adapting to this? Because we're sort of in the reverse of what you are at the minute. You know what I mean? Sam was very efficient in what he was doing and tried to, you know, tighten up the defence. But Bilic is all about this, you know, free flowing football. And you're sort of in the sort of reverse of that. And how are your fans taking it? You're not?
The thing that I never wanted Jose Mourinho to be manager of United for the specific reason I thought he was going to come and play results-driven football first and only. I didn't think Van Gaal was going to do that. Van Gaal is doing that, and United fans are in a confusing situation where we've had 4 0-0 draws in the last 9 games. It doesn't matter what team you are, what fan you are, it's boring to watch, and it's just because we're not creating enough chances. We've got the least shots in the Premier League, I think. Might be making that stat up, so don't use that one maybe. But it's just United are just so cumbersome going forward, and Van Gaal, it seems, is setting up his teams not to lose, rather than his teams to. Because Fergie was all about risk. 1-0 down, 1-0 last 10 minutes, chuck a player forward. Van Gaal 1-0 down, 1-0 last 10 minutes. Stay patient. Bring Fellaini on. Let's get him up there. Launch it up there. Our plan B is Fellaini. You can't be spending nearly 300 million in the last 2 years and having Fellaini still as your plan B. He was there when Van Gaal came. We've got to have so many players in that team. It feels like Van Gaal's tactics are a bit of a straitjacket. A player is in his position. He's in his position. Don't move out your position. There's no drifting of that front three, which can, like, say Barcelona do it. Neymar, Suarez, and Messi. They interchange. People can't defend them because you don't know where they're going to be.
But it's such fine lines between that sort of thing, you know what I mean? Because if someone's giving players too much freedom and you're conceding goals, you say, oh God, you know, you've got to do this. If you're too tight, you go, oh, you've got to be more entertaining. It's such a fine line. That's where like the likes of Ferguson and Wenger at times get it perfectly right, you know, at times,
but it's all to do with balance, which again is Van Gaal's favourite buzzword, balance and philosophy. That's it, he brings them up every single week, and at the moment, it feels like United's defence is so defensive that it's restricting the attack, which is a bit weird. That's the situation we're in right now, and you know we're still getting the results. As I said, we're still a few points off top of the league, but you come on Saturday, all of a sudden, I know, get a dodgy penalty in the 89th minute, you win 1-0, it switches. The mentality switches among the fans.
Do you feel a little bit like it's about to go off? Do you know what I mean? That you know, the Pie, Rooney, Martial, Mata, they all start clicking together. You've got a potent attack and a rock solid defence, and that's
as much as I'm moaning about everything that we're doing wrong right now. Our finishing has been poor. We have had chances to win games, but we haven't taken them. So if our finishing does improve, all of a sudden these 0-0s are going to turn into 1-0s. These 1-0s are going to turn into 2-0s, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, hello, yeah, we're not that." So we're not far away from it. And I would personally rather our defence be sublime and perfect first, rather than the attack. Or would I? Would I really? Would I rather win 5-4 every game than 1-0? I think I'll probably rather.
As long as you win the title, you know what I mean? I don't think it matters, does it?
I remember when it was a few years ago, we had, when we beat Arsenal 8-2 that season, Carrick was out at the start of the year, so was Fletcher. We had Anderson and Cleverley was our starting midfield pairing. We were conceding goals for fun, but we were scoring like twice as many.
Yeah.
It was awesome to watch. I mean, football's entertainment at the end of the day.
I watched the highlights of that game, funny enough.
What, recently?
Yesterday, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
But you enjoyed them?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It was good free-flowing football. I was thinking, just don't let United turn up on Saturday. just be that boring United.
If United do turn up on Saturday, we've got the personnel to really give you a hammering. See what I used to hammer there?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Good analogy, mate.
Yeah, cheers. I was saving that for anyway. Look, I think your strength is going to be set pieces. I think if you stay disciplined, we've got
a chance.
You've definitely got a chance at at least a draw, and then you can come away with a dodgy set piece or a penalty, and you can nab a win. Because right now, United's attack shouldn't be scaring teams. I'm not scared of it, and I'm a fan.
It's going to be intriguing, isn't it, this week? It could either go one way. Knowing we're sitting here going, it's going to be down. It's probably going to be a 4-4 draw or something.
Good, I hope so. I hope I'm completely wrong.
Yeah, but anyway, Sam, thanks for joining us, mate. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. Enjoy your trip up,
but I hope you're sad on the way back, mate.
Yeah, well, same as you, to be honest. Thanks for joining us on West Ham Fan TV. You can check out any of Sam's content on his channel, UpTV. Give yourself a little plug.
I'm not going to plug myself in a West Ham channel.
No, of course you can.
United People's TV. If for some reason you're like me,
you want to go. I've done a video on his channel, so if you want to go and check that out, and give him a little sub as well. We're all part of the same football family, aren't we?
Family, yeah.
Yeah,
family.
Of course, yeah. So, yeah, check out his stuff. Leave your comments in the comment section below what you think is going to happen this weekend, whether West Ham can come away with a good 1-0 win or United are going to come away with, because I can't see past that. It's a 1-0 win.
It is 1-0 otherwise.
Yeah. And thanks for joining us.
Take it easy.
Come on, you ones.